What's up, everybody? Thanks for tuning in. Ryan Stock here. For those of you who don't know who I am, I fought professional mixed martial arts for about 10 years. I've competed in numerous martial arts, kickboxing, boxing, jiu-jitsu, wrestling. I've kind of been around the martial arts scene for about 10 years now here in Minnesota. And I'm looking to get this podcast out and kind of just tell you guys a little bit about myself and, kind of the idea of what I want to get across. First of all, this podcast is basically going to be about a lot of the trials and tribulations of life, the struggles, the ups and downs, the things that we've all kind of been through. I think I'm very relatable to a lot of people because I've been through a lot of stuff. And the people that I want to get on this podcast, I kind of want to get to know them through their ups and downs. Some of the things that, made them struggle and some of the things that made them succeed and what martial arts has done for them. Because it definitely has done a lot for me and changed my life. And I feel successful just in what I've been doing and lucky enough to be doing what I have done. So with that being said, this is podcast to be a lot about my story, my struggles. Growing up, I had severe ADHD through elementary, middle school, high school. I was in special ed classes. I also growing up, I also had a parent, my father, who was addicted to drugs. And ultimately, when I was 14 years old, he lost his life to that struggle with addiction. And so I kind of can relate to a lot of people about that. At 16 years old, unfortunately, I lost one of my best friends at the time to suicide. And mental health is another aspect that I would definitely love to get, just to get awareness to and just bring light to it and just know that, we're not alone. We all go through it. We all have ups, we all have downs, right? And we all have trials and tribulations that we got to get through in life. So I can also, I have great stories about being a young fighter and just growing up in the wild, wild west days of mixed martial arts. I started fighting professionally at 15. Back then, like I said, wild, wild west, there was no commission. There's nobody to really check any blood work, any of that stuff. We just kind of went in there and we did it. And I was fortunate and maybe unfortunate enough at the time that I had a really great group of guys around me that we had a really great team, and we had a lot of success early in mixed martial arts and in the early mixed martial arts scene in Minnesota. I had a great parent, my mom, who's always worked her butt off and just showed me kind of the ways to succeed in life and the ways to keep pushing forward, and I hope that this podcast kind of brings that out and, with a lot of my determination and a lot of, really busting my butt without saying anything, just kind of showing my hard work. This all pays off, and this brings a lot of exposure to this, as well as I just want to kind of know how martial arts has changed people's lives. I feel like it has helped me a lot for the positive. A lot of my struggles in life, I've luckily had martial arts there, jiu-jitsu, MMA. Just to be there as kind of a crutch to lean on, get my focus on, get my struggles and my, my anger, all the fear, all the sadness, just everything that you bottle up as a kid or when you go through stuff. I've been lucky enough that jiu-jitsu and MMA has been an outlet for me to be able to, quote unquote, get therapy, but in my own way, and I would love to just hear about other people's struggles and how martial arts helped them through some of that stuff, and kind of what got people into martial arts. How they first started, what the first martial arts they took was, the aspects that they see that change in their everyday life, not just being on the mat and having respect for training partners, but also in everyday life, on the street, in traffic, all this stuff. And I know everybody still struggles. I struggle with still some anger issues and some stuff like that, driving, everybody gets a little angry, so I think though when you come to the gym that it relieves a lot of that stress. In a weird way, it's a little euphoric, a little bit like meditation. You're worried about just one sole purpose, and one goal at hand, and basically it's, being comfortable in uncomfortable situations, and I think that helps you a lot in life, and I'd like to see how that relates to other people, and if other people see it the same way I do, and and especially more successful people in martial arts, and maybe even guys in blogging and other podcasts, doctors, just kind of what got them to where they're at. what struggles they went to, what trials and tribulations made them who they are. Another big thing that I wanted to talk about on this podcast, and a reason why it kind of took me a long time to do this podcast, is just the fear of failure. And I think everybody has the fear of failure inside them, and some people can rise up to that, and some people can, be crushed under that fear. And I think I have had both. And I would just love to just hear some of the real successful people's stories and things that help them stay positive, keep them grinding, and just the mental, the health of some of the stuff of these successful people, and what are the things that they do to keep themselves sharp and always pushing, and the mental weakness of some people and how they've got over that. Because I know myself, I've had mental weakness before, and I've been able to get over that again by just pushing and being dedicated to certain things and focusing on things. And I think a lot of people relate to that, and I hope at least a lot of people relate to that, and some might not, and some might, so hopefully you do, and if you don't, that's okay. But I'm guessing there's going to be something on this podcast that is relatable to the majority of people, and it's just because of the things I've been through. And I have a really, really great group of people around me. I have some really great friends and contacts and people that I've met over the years that have struggled, that have come up, that have been through a lot, that will, maybe if my story doesn't relate to you guys, theirs will. And I definitely believe that there's people that I will come on here and I will bring on that will definitely change a lot of your aspects about a lot of things and change your opinion. Another thing that I kind of want to get across for this podcast, just so I can kind of keep on track here, is I want to bring awareness to cystic fibrosis. For those of you who don't know what cystic fibrosis is, it's a genetic lung and digestive system disease. The rate for cystic fibrosis is, if you have a kid with cystic fibrosis, basically it's 25%. So if you have 4 kids, 1 out of the 4 kids, by the average of cystic fibrosis, will have it. Unfortunately, my sister and her husband have 4 kids, and 3 out of the 4 kids have cystic fibrosis. So we were, we got the 75% instead of the 25. They're great kids, healthy. They're doing a lot of great things for cystic fibrosis, and then getting a cure and working on just things that help them, whether it's breathe better, their digestive system work a little better. There's a lot of great things happening right now, and I just want to get the awareness out about that, and I just want to kind of bring light to that. And I think I have a good outlet, and hopefully this is a good jump start to get the word out and bring awareness to that. Again, it's cystic fibrosis. If you haven't heard of it, Google it. There's a lot of kids and a lot of people in the world that do have it, and it's kind of a silent killer, if you will. You really can't tell anybody has it, unless you really know them, or you kind of get close to them. Then you can kind of really tell and see the things and the signs. Again, it's something that's very close to my family, and I'd really love to get the word out and just, bring awareness to this, and maybe just bring some money to this, just help a great cause that affects, my family personally. Another thing, is I want to get to know all my training partners. I want to get to know a lot of the people that, like I said, I'm on the mats with a lot of these people, 3 to 5 nights a week. And I feel like at our gym, we're lucky enough to have a tight-knit group that we build a real good bond. And building that bond, I feel like I know these guys and girls really well, but at the same time, I don't know their personal life. I don't know them, outside of the gym. I know bits and pieces, but, I really want to get to know people, where they're from, what their parents are like, what interests them in martial arts, how it's changed them so far. And that's just normal, everyday people, the people that I train with that come in here and aren't trying to be, the world champions, aren't trying to be the next, Gordon Ryan or whoever, you will, whatever, put a face with a name. But I just want to get to know people that enjoy martial arts just solely for martial arts. And on top of that, getting to know people that have been successful in this, whether it's martial arts, just successful people. And I plan on surrounding myself with as many successful people as possible, and hopefully this becomes a success. Again, This is my very first podcast. This is the very first one. We're kind of just winging it here. So again, we're looking for sponsors. If anybody is interested in helping out, they want to put their name on some of the advertisements here. You're interested in maybe just helping a good cause. Like I said, getting out cystic fibrosis, ADHD awareness, mental health issues awareness, addiction awareness. Just there's a lot of things that in 28 years I've been through, and that I'd like to get out there and let everybody know that that people from all walks of life have been through stuff, and that again the trials and tribulations of life nobody's immune to, and we all go through stuff. If you liked what you heard here today, please just like, comment, share these podcasts, and again just get the word out, please. And that way, the more sponsors we get, the more views we get, the more awareness that we get, the bigger and better we can build this, and the more and more we can do with this, and the more awareness we can bring out for these issues, and also just a good positive message toward martial arts and how martial arts has helped people from all walks of life, for the best. And so, again, like, comment, share, please. Come back soon. We'll see you guys soon. Again, I promise to have some really good content out soon. I plan on trying to have my mom on. We'll kind of go through some of the struggles we, growing up with ADHD, again, with me having a parent, her having a spouse addicted to drugs, and just kind of the real struggles that we've gone through. And I think that that'll be a little easier for everybody to get a little better and look inside of who I am and what I've been through. All right, well, thank you guys again. We'll be back soon. All right, so see everybody soon, and stay out of trouble. We're going to try to end that again a little different, but that's fine. Again, this is the first one. We're just winging it, so thank you guys for tuning in. I appreciate all the views. If you guys want to share it, please talk about it. Tell people, local Minnesota guy just trying to make a big splash on some stuff that's really personal to me. So thank you guys, and we'll see you guys later.